Okay, I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna talk to you about how to make $20 million. Okay, I'll be right back. The sound right here at this point has been turned down for the express purpose of avoiding a U-boob copyright strike. Now, you got to be careful what you say on YouTube because they'll do anything they can to try to snatch a dollar out of your pocket. You got to remember, YouTube is a scam organization and they want your money and they don't care how they get it. And the fake copyright strikes are one of their big means. I mean, it's a huge means of YouTube getting your money. So we just got to talk over it a little bit. I'm not saying nothing you need to hear right now, but stay tuned. Here comes the good part. Take your time. Take your time. Yeah, I had to go and get a cup of coffee. So I'm going to tell you how I just found this out now, how you could make $20 million in the music business. Okay? And you don't need any talent at all. You just need $2 million to invest. 2 million. Okay. I knew a long time ago, and I was a little kid, a teenager, one of those wild kids, listening to that hard rock music and stuff. I had a good friend named Bob Calicut, Robert Calicut. Haven't seen him in several years, at least 50 years, haven't seen him. And he was a good friend of mine, and he played drums and I played drums. Well, I tried to play drums. And he took lessons from Pete D'Addario and Harry Ashmore, and I also took lessons from Pete D'Addario and Harry Ashmore. But, I was just a mediocre drummer. But my friend was a really good drummer, and he got into this band with a couple of guys, I guess it was from North End of Bridgeport they were from. Yeah, I got a name written down here. So, okay. Hang on a second. Something's not where it's supposed to be. Yeah, okay. You put the milk inside? Okay, thank you. Okay, I got my coffee. Things are moving along. Okay, and he got together with a guy named Roger Olander, who was a really good singer. In fact, he still may be out there today singing around. And another guy named Glenn Lieberman, and he was playing bass, Glenn. And the guitar player in the band was a guy named Vinnie, who later went on to become Vinnie Vincent, the great Vinnie Vincent. Yeah, a lot of people like him. Now, Vinnie Vincent is tied into this idea how you can make $20 million. Well, it's my idea, not Vinnie Vincent's idea. Vinnie Vincent has for sale for $2 million his latest album that includes all the copyrights and all the signatures and everything you need to become a record company. Now that's a good deal, because if you start checking the numbers, what Michael Jackson sells, 10 billion records. I mean, and that other little skinny white chick, whatever her name is, Swift or something like that. You know, these people are making big buckos there, big buckos. You know, and a lot of people are shocked in the music business. They're saying, who's going to pay $2 million for an album? Well, I'm telling you, the way the music business is set up, he's actually set it up so if you have any idea what you're doing, you buy his record and you put it out. I'm the one who's saying you can make $20 million on this deal. And this ain't a scam. This is hard work. He already gave you the product to sell. Well, he's selling you the product to sell for $2 million, which is an absolute steal in today's market. I mean, you know, years ago in the 50s and 60s, doing a record company was a pain in the ass, and you really had to know what you were doing. Now, it's all done on a computer. You're selling the albums on computers. You don't even have to leave your house, and you could make $20 million for a $2 million investment. That's it. Now, let's get back to Bob Caliquet, because he's an important character. He was actually probably best friends with Vinnie at one time, or really good friends with Vinnie. And, you know, I was good friends with Bob, so I know Vinnie. I actually know big rock star. I know a few of them because I used to promote. I stopped playing drums and I started promoting and, you know, doing a couple other things. I think I did a roadie thing for one thing or something or other, which, you know, I can't lift those Fender big speakers and all that kind of stuff that goes with the Hammond Big 3. Yeah. Yeah, who? Yeah, there was somebody in Hunter that had a Hammond B3. And for some reason, either I'm confusing the names with Glenn and Roger, but I forgot who played the B3. If you remember who in Hunter played the Hammond B3, I know Arf had a B3, and Jerry Aiello had a B3, but we're not talking about Arf or Jerry Aiello right now. Those guys are completely different stories, you know. And that includes the guys, you know, like Bill Glass, and, you know, there was a lot of big characters around those days. Some of them are still around. But I'm just letting you know, all these people on the web are saying, what's Vinnie Vincent crazy? Charging $2 million for his thing? No, I think Vinnie has it figured out to a T. If anybody buys that product, they have the potential to do the sky is the roof. And, you know, compared to 1 billion units that a guy like Michael Jackson can do to 2 million units, come on, you know, it's like if Michael Jackson can do 10 million units, you know, 10 billion units, I'm sure you can do with a $2,000 investment, easily get 20,000 units sold. And there's ways to do it. But, you know, just letting you know, I think Vinnie Casano is right. That's Vinnie Vincent. You can call him by his last name now. I guess everybody knows who that is. So, okay. See you later, alligator. Oh, that was Bill Haley in the comments. You know, after giving it some thought, I'm thinking maybe a more realistic price than $2 million would actually be $5 or $6 million. Because if you're a young guy and you're 20 years old and your family loans you $20 million, loans you the $2,000, okay? You're a young guy now. You're 20 years old. Your family loans you the $2 million. Okay, let's start this again. I'm gonna cut that one. Okay. As I have just been thinking about it, and I think on Vinnie's project, a more realistic figure would probably be, now by realistic, I'm considering for the next 20 years how much money you're gonna make off of that $2 million that you invested. I'm thinking you're gonna make $5 to $6 million, at least, minimum. $5 or $6 million off a $2,000 investment. I think that's pretty fair. Probably better than the stock market right now. Wouldn't invest that money in Ukraine or Russia or any of those other countries out there. You're best investing in a rock star. Yep. Have any questions, put them down in the comments over there, because I could probably find the answer for you. Just don't ask me nothing about Dream Theater, because they don't want to know nothing about me, so what difference does it make? Okay, when I'm going over that information on the band Hunter, okay, it does not mention a keyboard player. Now, I specifically remember the show that Hunter did for me at Sloco Hall on Hallett Street in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Yep. Hunter was an opening band for a show that I did with a band called the Soul Company. Soul Company came out of, I think, the Westchester County area, but they were pretty popular, ready to go nationwide, and I don't know what happened. It just disappeared. But they played a number of gigs in Connecticut, and I did a show with the Soul Company, and Hunter was my opening act. Now, I distinctly remember helping Hunter set up, and I had a Hammond B3 with a Leslie tone cabinet. Vinnie, can you tell me who was playing keyboards that night? I mean, we're going back 50 years, but there's no mention on the credits of a keyboard player. Was that an add-on after the fact, and your people mentioned in your band Hunter were just the guys who you cut the record with? Okay, hey, anybody knows, make the mention down in the comments. And by the way, $2 million for that stuff that Vinnie is selling is well worth it. Let me tell you. Hey, like and subscribe. It's free. It won't cost you nothing.